The summer after my senior year in high school, I worked with a group of carpenters, and they told me about a guy they had hired one time who could never make up his mind. When they'd ask him to go to get a hammer, he'd start running this way, and then he'd remember it was back that way, and then he wasn't sure, so he'd go another way. And they said sometimes he would just run in circles, and they would wait the longest time because he was never sure of himself. He was never sure of what he was doing. Do you feel like that sometimes in life, like you're running in circles? Let's talk about it in your morning cup of inspiration. We all need direction in our lives, all our lives, and every day and in every situation. And we read about that direction in Proverbs. Proverbs was written, a lot of these Proverbs, the ones I'm about to read to you, were written by King Solomon, who was looked at as the wisest man who ever lived. He asked God for wisdom in leading the children of Israel, and God gave him that wisdom, and all the people of Israel recognized that Solomon had divine wisdom. And he wrote this in Proverbs 3, verses 5 and 6, we read, and I'm reading from the New International Version, "Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will make your paths straight." You won't be running in circles. You'll be walking in his direction with his wisdom, accomplishing the things in your life that he wants you to accomplish, that he needs you to accomplish. Let's look at that verse. Trust is the first word. Boy, it's hard to trust anyone these days. Who do you put your faith in? Who do you believe to tell you the truth? Well, we can trust God's word. He always tells us the truth. It says, trust in the Lord with all your heart. That means in every decision, you always want to acknowledge him. It says, lean not on your own understanding. You know, our own human understanding can be faulty. It can let us down. We need his understanding. And verse 6 says, in all your ways acknowledge him, and he will make your paths straight. Every decision, every step of our lives, we need to trust him. And again, that was written by Solomon, the wisest man who ever lived. When we look over in the New Testament, in John 14:17, here's another great verse. It says, the Spirit of truth, the world cannot accept him because it neither sees him nor knows him, but you know him, for he lives in you and will be with you. He lives with you and he'll be in you at all times. The Spirit of truth. That's why we can trust the Lord. His word is truth. His ways are truth. He will not leave you. He will not forsake you. So let's acknowledge him in all of our ways, because without him, we're running in circles. We're just getting nowhere. But with him, he makes our paths straight. I hope that encourages you. God bless, and I'll see you next time for another morning cup of inspiration.